You really need to get over it. Okay, just get over it. This is not a scam. This is not sketchy. This is not a pyramid scheme. You need to get over that lie. Get over it. Let's get right into the video because you need to get over it. Why you need to get over the pyramid scheme lie they're trying to convince you of. I have no idea who they are, but it's going to be another glorious slideshow. Are you ready? I am ready. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to another anti-MLM video. I'm Christine. I'm glad you're here. Today we have another slideshow and why you need to get over the pyramid scheme lie they're trying to convince you of. You'll lose all your money. It's a scam. Only the people at the top win. You'll have to beg your friends. Sound familiar? Oh yeah, absolutely. You'll lose all your money. Yeah, that is very likely because most people in network marketing lose money. So after expenses, you very likely lose money. It's a scam. It is. It is. I think the Huns always, they're caught up on this. It's not a pyramid scheme. You're just uneducated. You could also just call it a scam or a sketchy business model because that is essentially what pyramid schemes or the phrase pyramid scheme is used in this day and age when describing MLMs. Is every MLM... Am I recording? Yeah. Hi. Is every MLM that is out there declared as a pyramid scheme? No. And the companies, I believe, they also know how to get through the loopholes. Many companies don't like it when I use the term loophole, but I use the term loophole. They know very likely, very well what they can do legally to still operate as a network marketing company. And it looks like the government and the government agencies across the world, they don't really crack down hard on MLMs. Now, granted, some had to close, some had to restructure, but in the end, to call this a pyramid scheme is just another way of saying it's unethical, it's a bad business model, it's a scam. And yes, it's a scam, because if you pretend that people can get money by selling the products, and if you just work hard enough, then it will work out for you, then that's a lie. So you promise people something and you don't deliver, and that is called a scam. And that has to do with the business model itself, where the people at the top of the pyramid, those are typically the ones with the biggest teams. They make the most money. According to the income disclosure statements, that is a fact. And how do you get to the top? By recruiting the most people, and there is only very limited space at the top where the people make the substantial amount of money. So to claim everybody can do it, for example, or just by selling a couple of products you don't have to recruit, that is then a scam because you promise them something and you don't deliver. Only the people at the top win. Yeah, they're the only ones who make a benefit. Mid to top ranks. You'll have to beg your friends. Yeah, that's what the Huns teach their new recruits. Make a list of 100 people and then message them and ask them. And don't take no as a no. Don't take no as an answer. No just means not right now. So sound familiar? Yes. Let me tell you about the real scam in my life. Yeah, let's listen to the Hun who is caught in a network marketing company they call a scam, they call unethical, they call a pyramid scheme, because I'm sure that person will be able to tell us what's really going on, what the real scam is in her life. We're not talking about the scam that she's allegedly involved in, the network marketing business model. Let's talk about the scam in her life. The scam before I started, Monate. No capital M? My husband and I working 70 plus hours a week with an income cap. But that doesn't mean it's a scam. It just means you worked a lot. I don't know if they together made 70 plus hours a week or individually, and they had an income cap. She doesn't specify what that means. She ran her own business at some point. Maybe her husband was employed. So she could also pretty much lay the ground for work for how much money she can make when she ran her own business. Trading our physical time for money with no savings, no backup plan, and no time to actually live life. How is that a scam though? You traded time for money. She didn't if she ran her own business. She did have her own business as in a furniture business. So she didn't trade her time for money really, but if she was employed, that was the case. With no savings also doesn't mean it's a scam. Lots of people who start out or people who are in network marketing companies, they like to use examples of the time when they start out with a job, not recognizing you need to get experience in the beginning. You cannot choose what you do. You need to go through different departments in different companies and you learn as you go along. And then you have the ability to get raises, get more money. If you do good work, that will typically also be recognized. And then hopefully you can also start savings. No backup plan. Yeah, that's on you. You need to plan for that. And no time to actually live life. But you worked 70 plus hours, so you had some hours left in the week, right? You did. I built a multi six-figure business and was broke. Okay, but that then means that she wasn't trading her time for money. She was running her own business and she was doing so poorly, although she claims she was really successful. She was broke in time, as if she is not broke in time right now because this individual is consistently on social media, consistently on company calls, team calls, and opportunity calls. I reacted to one from her and Christina Smallwood not too long ago. I will link it up here if you're interested. This woman has no time. I am sorry. And her family pops up a lot on her social media. So the time she spends with her family, in my opinion, is also content time trying to push Monate. Not with a capital M, just Monate. I was broke in money. But if you made six figures, if you had a multi six-figure business, which is six figures, how are you broke in money then? That means you mismanaged the company that you ran. You could have just pivoted. You could have just changed your approach instead of completely leaving that behind and doing Monate. I was broke in happiness. I had to spend money to make money. You typically do when you actually run your own business. That's why it's important to really think that through before prematurely jumping into that. But she was allegedly so successful. Is that now the case or not? Because she always likes to claim I was so successful. I had so many clients, but wow, I mean, I barely made it each and every month. Something is not adding up. So half of that income I made, I had to spend to make. So you ran then a multiple six-figure income divided by half could still be a six-figure income. Their story doesn't make a lot of sense. And yes, you need to invest money if you want to make money and you run your own business, if you produce actual products, in her case, furniture. But if you are a good business person, then you understand how you can run that, how you can pivot, how you can lower the cost for the products that you have to make, and also how to spend your time more wisely, especially if you really have sought after products, that what you always claimed was the case, that she had a lot of clients who really loved her furniture, and by word to mouth, she was able to build that business. So which one is it, Krista? Which one is it? None of her pitches really make sense. And maybe she's simply not a good businesswoman. I mean, she's now in an MLM, so she's a salesperson for another company. Maybe it wasn't her strong suit to truly run her own company. She's also not running her own company. She's now a salesperson for Monate with a not capital M. Before you start with a she just got in at the right time, she joined 8 years ago, 3 years after the company launched, way before the pandemic, way before people even knew Monate is a network marketing company, very likely before the lawsuits, for sure before the pandemic, where people just jumped into the boat and wanted to participate because they believed Monate could be a great opportunity. She had good timing. Maybe not just good timing, but good timing when you join an MLM before market saturation is essential. Maybe we can also own up to that. I started years after the launch. Well, 3 years, but you were still tapping into a market that wasn't capped yet, that wasn't saturated yet. And you joined before the pandemic. That is where Monate really blew up. They never want to mention that. The Monate distributors who joined years ago, they never want to own up to that. Girls were already making 6 figures a month. I hope not, because that would be child labor. So the grown women in the company, they were already making 6 figures a month. That is also very likely not true. At the high time, people were able to make millions over the course of many years, but that would mean that they made 1.2 million each and every year. There are months, very likely, where especially the people at the top who joined early were able to make over 100,000 bucks. Yes, 200 or 300,000. I don't doubt that, but not continuously, because otherwise the numbers would have been 3, 4, 5 million for the top income earners. And I've never seen an income disclosure statement from Monat where that was the case. Some of the people were able to make a good amount of money. I hit number 1 income earner and passed all of my uplines, aka the ones who started before me. That doesn't mean that you didn't have good timing though. To join Monat today is different than somebody joining Monat right from the start, right at the get-go, or people joining before the pandemic, before market saturation, before all of the criticism about network marketing really captured social media. You still had good timing. You joined at a convenient point before Monat really blew up. And that's the essential part. That's why you were able to recruit a big enough team. So, come on. Affiliate and ambassador programs are great, but they're only made to make me and the brand money. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's an honest living. In my network marketing business, it's not her network marketing business, it's Monat's network marketing business with a capital M. She is just a salesperson for that company, and she was able to recruit a big enough team, and that is why she is so praised in the company. And I guess also that's why she has such an inflated ego. In my network marketing business, I'm not just making money off you, but you make money off of every single person on your team. That's a fact. Every sales contributes to the group volume, downline volume. Every sale that she makes contributes to the personal volume. Every person who buys something, sells something, recruits somebody. Every single person on her team makes her money, and she benefits off of that person in some way, shape, or form. So she makes money off of every person on her team that she or her teammates recruited. In my network marketing business, I'm not just making money of you buying my recommendations, but I'm helping other women make money selling the same products. You're recruiting your competition, and what do you mean buying my recommendations? You're not helping others because Monat's income disclosure statement is really, really horrible. Most people actually are at the lowest rank. They make barely anything, and at the end of the year, they end up in debt. They lose money. So I wouldn't call that helping other women make money. And it's not really about selling the same products. You are recruiting your competition, and that's the essential part. Recruit the people. You can make a little bit of money here or there, and some people are good at sales, especially now with TikTok Shop. And every once in a while, they can also make a couple of $1,000 in a month. But that is not why people in Monat are successful. The ones who are successful are the ones who rise in the ranks. And how do you rise in the ranks? By recruiting people, and not just by selling the products. If you were just to sell the products, then you would be at the lowest rank. So you could be a millionaire at the lowest rank if that was really what the business model was about. But I've not heard of a single person that did that. The moment you want to rank up just once, you need to recruit people. And that's the essential part. You help other women do the same, meaning you recruit people who do the same as you do, recruit other people who recruit other people. That's the core of network marketing. And before you pipe off with the, oh, so you're making money of other people's sales, yes, I am. The tone of this post also tells me that she must be really fed up because she gets a lot of pushback, a lot of feedback that she probably doesn't like. It's not a good look. It's more of a sign very likely to the people in the company, like, we know it better. We're smarter than everybody else. We know the true power of network marketing. The other people are just not educated enough. It's a tone that is very off-putting. So if you really want to sell and if you really want to recruit, really think if it is helpful to address your audience, your potential clients, and your potential new recruits like this. So yes, she is making money of other people's sales and of other people's recruitments. I am mentoring and sharing my systems and have taken thousands of hours to learn and perfect over the 8 years when she joined early in Monat, the good timing she had, that I've been in this business so I can help you do what I've done. Oh, okay, it was supposed to mean I can help you done? No, I'm confusion. I've been in this business so I can help you do what I've done in a fraction of the time. It's really like solving a puzzle here. What does she want to say? Not always sure. But yeah, she benefits of the people on her team. But that is not because she is mentoring her team and because she is sharing her systems with the thousands of hours of experience she's had over her 8 years in Monat. She benefits of the people on her team, on their sales and on them recruiting and on their purchases. She doesn't have to mentor them at all, and she doesn't have to share anything at all, because that is built within the network marketing structure. You benefit off of your team, and you don't have to do a thing. You should tell the people how the business works, because it is beneficial if you have people who can actually recruit, who know some of the tactics, who understand that it's important to build a big enough team as well, and that you then benefit off of that as well. But if a person buys an overpriced hair oil, it doesn't matter whether Krista mentors that person or shares her system. If that is her direct recruit, she gets a commission based off that person's purchase of the overpriced $90 hair oil. That's the price for the distributor. It is over $100 for external customers. So it doesn't matter if she mentors them, she still gets the commission, and the sale still goes towards her group volume and her downline volume. Why are we not mentioning these things? You benefit off of your people, and you do not have to do anything in return. And I also doubt it is true that she can help other people what she's done in a fraction of the time, because there are not a lot of people at the top ranks. Most people are still at the bottom. Does her team really look more successful than other teams do? She has all of the success stories, but we barely have a handful of senior executive directors, maybe just a couple of executive directors and some associate executive directors in the company left. Those are the top 3 ranks in Monat. The numbers show us that we don't have more and more people at the top ranks or at the middle ranks. It's quite the opposite. More and more people as we speak are at the lower ranks. So I don't believe that. And unfortunately, she doesn't provide data to prove that she's right and that I'm wrong. But I'm not surprised, because data really kills the dream and the imagination that the Huns want to put up. Network marketing is the smartest business model out there if you want to lose money. And the sooner you open your mind to it, the sooner you will reach the place where the grass really is greener on the other side. That is a bunch of mumbo jumbo and a bunch of nothingness. Network marketing is the smartest business model if you want to lose a lot of money. If you only want to give a very, very small group of people the ability, per the business structure, that's the way it is built, to financially succeed. If that's what you want to do, then network marketing is the smartest business model. If you really want to make an income, then working a corporate job is actually the proven system and the smartest system. It is not perfect, but it's still the better system. Because Monat is so abysmally bad and network marketing opportunities are so abysmally bad, that's simply not true. And that's proven. It's a proven system to fail. Here at Monat, this time with a capital M, we have the #1 compensation plan in the industry. Don't believe me? Send me a DM and I'll compare. There is no prize for the best compensation plan in the network marketing sphere. Every network marketing company, every network marketer loves to claim that their compensation plan is the best. So DM her and then she can compare. We have no monthly minimum or quota because we do not have to rely on our distributors for revenue. Actually, you do. You do rely on your team for revenue because she is at the senior executive director rank. She can only sell so much product. She has to fulfill her PV. But if her team is not pulling their weight, then she will not make any money at all. Well, she will drop in rank and will make less money. But if she's not able to fulfill the SED requirements, she will not get paid. at the SED level. And they have monthly minimum and quota. They have a compensation plan. You need to sell, you need to recruit, your team needs to sell and to recruit. And the more you rise in the ranks, the more and more difficult and the more complex those minimum monthly quotas get. Because yes, you got to do it every single month over and over again. At the beginning of the month, on the 1st, the clock resets and you start at 0 again. It's like a rat race. It's like you're in a hamster wheel. Get paid up to 5 times a month if you're able, each and every week, to sell product. And if you have a team who hits their requirements, otherwise you don't get paid 5 times a month. So you have the opportunity to get paid, but not everybody does. And also the amount of money that gets paid out can vary. The significant check is the one that is based on recruitment. That is the one that get paid out on the 15th. And the commission checks based on the actual sales, those are typically the smaller amounts. They get paid on Fridays, but only if the week before you were able to sell something. Earn trips around the world and a paid for luxury car. Those are incentive trip Monat offers, and if you're able to fulfill the requirements, then you might be able to go on the trip. You have to pay taxes on the value of that trip though, and you don't get a paid for luxury car. If you're able to hit the MM rank and you're able to keep that rank for 3 months, then you get a payment towards the down payment of the car. Car is in your name. And if the down payment is not enough for the down payment of the car, the down payment you get from Monat, which it is not, then you have to pay the rest. The car is in your name. You either buy it or you lease it or you rent it. And Monat then on top gives you a monthly allowance that can go towards the car. But you pay for the car, and Monat's checks might or might not cover those payments, but only if you keep that rank. If you drop in rank, if Monat decides we're closing down the car program, if they decide that you're gonna be kicked out because you did something wrong, or if you decide that you will leave Monat, you won't get that paid for luxury car. You pay for that luxury car, either with your work, which you have to put in anyway, with the people you recruit, with the amount of products you sell, or if you leave the company, it's completely up to you. Or if you drop in rank, you're also stuck with the bill. Got questions? So many. Ask. No, I answer them. Sometimes we're only one question away from our entire life changing. What is holding you back from partnering with me? That exact slideshow, the tone, that's not how you address the people that you want to recruit or sell to. We're blatantly lacking a lot of vital information, like Monat's income disclosure statement, why the company is doing so abysmally, while network marketing in general is doing so abysmally, that she is also doing unethical things according to Monat's own compliance. She's trying to trick the system. She has to trick the system, I suspect, to also stay at the top. It has been rumored that other top people in the company, they also trick the system and they do things against Monat compliance as well. All of these things would be interesting. And also, how many people on her team actually make a profit? That would be nice to hear. Support that with facts and data, and why so many people end up in debt if this is allegedly the best business model on planet Earth. How come that other people have more expenses than revenue? Get the business free when you buy your product, then the business is not free because you've got to buy products. You get the business only when you purchase the products. That's part of the business model, actually. Shocker, I know. Start now for as little as $149. That means you have to spend at least $149. You could also join Monat with $99, but that doesn't benefit her because she doesn't get a commission when you join her, and she doesn't get paid on the non-product pack that you could join with at $99. That's why she only advertises the $149 one, but that means you have to join with products for $149, and that's how you can start your business. That means it's not free. Over $300 in products. Well, according to Monat's very strange math, because their products, they're just really, really overpriced for what they are. Comment or DM opportunity. Bad opportunity. That's what I would comment, because that would be more truthful. People warned me about the pyramid scheme, but they never warned me about the real danger. Living a life God never intended for me. There had to be faith manipulation. It's a biggie for her. Burnout. 70+ hour weeks. No time with my family, no options, no peace. I would argue she's in the very same situation right now. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the top people or salespeople in general in Monat, if they're working their way towards a burnout very, very quickly, or if they're in the middle of one, or if they already suffered through their third, fourth, or fifth burnout, because they pretty much have to work around the clock. It's just a myth. It's a lie that they have time freedom. I made 2 videos at the beginning of the year, and a lot of Monatans were in that one as well. The ones that claim they have all of the time freedom in the world now, they worked on Christmas, the first day after Christmas, the second day between the years, on the 31st, on the 1st. They never stop working. 70-hour weeks, you very likely now have 90-hour weeks. No time with the family, same thing. The family for a lot of the Huns is unfortunately content. I believe that is the case for her because she needs to film herself and her happy family life. But if you see how many times she is online, that she travels in the name of Monat to pitch to other people, she has to keep her own team in check. She has to be on opportunity calls all the time. I doubt that there is a lot of time left for her to actually spend with her family. No options. Nothing has changed there really, other than her go into another network marketing company because she doesn't have a lot of other options. She started an Airbnb to try and diversify her income, but realistically, if you've been in a network marketing company that exposed on social media, you don't have options to get a legitimate job afterwards, because I think your name, your Instagram page, your face attached to this will be quite tainted. It will be very difficult. So her only option might be to go to another MLM and take as many people of her team with her. No peace. I'm not sure if she has peace. Monat was the door God opened to pull me out of that. No, Christina Smallwood pitched you, Monat, multiple times, and at some point she was desperate enough to say yes. So it wasn't God that opened the door, it was Christina Smallwood reaching out, and she said, you know what, F it. I'm so desperate, it can only go up from here, showing yet again that Monat targets vulnerable people. God doesn't do that. Not a scam. Yeah, very much a scam. If we take a look at the income disclosure statements, it shows very clearly that it's a scam. All of this subjective nonsense about how much money she was able to make and how much time freedom she has, pretty much telling other people you can do it too if you put only in the work. And then Monat's own numbers show us that that is not the thing. That's called a scam. A blessing? No, it's a scam. It's rather a curse. If you're praying for more, no, I don't. Or even just to want a way out of what's draining you, no, I don't. And in that case, don't join an MLM because that will only make your life worse. DM opportunity. You just have to get over it, okay? All of this nonsense about pyramid schemes, although we haven't heard one information why Monat is not a pyramid scheme, you just have to get over it. Huns are going to tell you what the real scam is. It's not what you think a scam is. They define the scam for you, while they're not able to counteract what they're doing is not a pyramid scheme and why what they're doing is not a scam and it's not unethical. We're always missing that, but still, we need to get over it. That was yet again another glorious network marketing slide with a very entitled tone. A person believing that she is smarter than everybody else because she knows the truth and we don't. Although she's not spreading a lot of real information, she's for sure not spreading any facts. There was no data attached. We're leaving out the dangers of network marketing, which is truly dangerous, to not advise the people what they have to do, what risks might be involved, because you want to educate the people who join you as well so that they're prepared and they know how high the stakes are. Might actually be a business driver, a recruitment and a sales driver, but I guess we're never ever doing that. Yeah, another glorious slideshow that you have to get over it. Are you over it? Good. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, that way you will not miss out on further uploads. And if you liked this video, then hopefully I will see you in my next one next Friday, 1 p.m. Central European Time. Until then, tschüss!